it going? Yay! All right. Okay, well, welcome, everyone, to Sunday Assembly Nashville. Good evening. You are here for our 116th assembly. I did the math. It's not hard, divisible by 10, but there's only been 2 of those 116 where we've actually had part of our UnNamed Assembly band doing assemblies in 2 different spots at the same day in the same time. We have half of our group over in Brighton in the UK at the Sunday Assembly International Conference right now. None of us are jealous. We all agreed to come here and hold the fort down while they're gone. But needless to say, this should be like the Sunday Assembly Originals band in a lot of ways. So we'll talk about that as we go. But all of us have been around in some form or another for a while, including Don now. But how many times, let's show of hands, who has been to more than one Sunday Assembly before? Okay, who's been to one?
Counting
all right.
Today?
No, now, who's first time? Who's first time? Awesome.
Welcome.
And who found us through Pride? Anyone? Nice. All right. All those sweaty, yeah, that was great. Okay, so this is how we roll.
Worth it.
We're going to do a couple of songs to start the time. You are welcome to sing with us. We do not take ourselves too seriously, so have fun with us, please. And then we're going to get on the show. So are you all ready? Yes. Okay, normally there'd be a drummer here, but thanks to modern technology, Ray here can just press a button and we can go. If you see a faded sign at the side of the road that says 15 miles to the
Love Shack. Love Shack, yeah, yeah. I'm heading down the Atlanta highway, looking for a love getaway, headed for a love getaway.
I got me a car, it's as big as a whale, got another one for you. This one, we do a lot of prep during the month. We have a rehearsal on the Sunday beforehand, and all week leading up to this rehearsal, I prepared the wrong song for this. Everybody else did it right, but I caught up. But anyway, this is a fun one as well.
Go ahead and tell them what song, Adam.
Well, maybe I'll mix it in at the end. I don't know.
Okay.
No, it's all right. All right, are we ready? Okay.
Do it. I never have been.
We'll be singing when we're winning. We'll be singing.
I get knocked down, but I get up again. Then you're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down.
Pissing the night away. Pissing the night away.
Drinks some whiskey, drinks a vodka drink. He drinks a lager drink, he drinks a cider drink. He sings songs that remind him of the good times. He sings songs that remind him of the better times.
Oh, Danny boy, Danny boy, Danny boy.
I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down.
Pissing the night away. Pissing the night away.
Drinks a whiskey drink, drinks a vodka drink, drinks a lager drink, he drinks a cider drink. He sings songs that remind him of the good times. He sings songs that remind him of the better times.
Don't cry for me, next door neighbor.
I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down.
Nice work, everybody. You sounded great. I think we were actually supposed to sing that for another 3 or 4 times, but goodness gracious. At some point. But all right, the next thing that I want to introduce you to, the person that I want to introduce you to next is the host of today. And every Sunday Assembly has a host. And in this case, we're all very fortunate because our host is the incomparable Gwen Brown. Give it up.
Hello. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Sunday Assembly Nashville. So if this is your first time, I highly encourage you to go and grab one of our lovely programs, which was designed by my husband over there, Josh. So that's one reason. The other reason is please take them. We don't want them after today. So the biggest thing I want to do is welcome you all. Everyone is welcome at Sunday Assembly, regardless of whatever your beliefs are. We want to make sure that you feel welcome here. We basically want to we have a motto. For those of you who have been here before, you might know it. It is live better, help often, and wonder more. And our vision is to have a Sunday Assembly in every town, village, and city that wants one. So if you want to have a Sunday Assembly, I mean, we have some people here who can help you organize one in your location if you want one. And then we only know that we have this one life, so our goal is to live this one life that we know that we have as fully as possible. We're not going to tell you how to live, we're just going to try to help you do it better to the best of your abilities. So today's theme is chasing your dreams. So you guys, I tell you, there are some really weird dreams out there, because I had no idea that I was supposed to go follow my dreams to go star sprite hunting with my ex-youth pastor in like Africa or something like that. I didn't know that was a thing. I don't think that's quite the thing that we're going for today, though, so perhaps some of our speakers today can help. First of all, I'm going to bring up our reader, Miss Bethany Carter, who's going to read It Couldn't Be Done by Edgar Guest.
Somebody said it couldn't be done, but he, with a chuckle, replied, then maybe it couldn't, but he would be one who wouldn't say so till he tried, so he buckled right in with a trace of a grin on his face. If he worried, he hid it. He started to sing as he tackled the thing that it couldn't be done, and he did it. Somebody scoffed, oh, you'll never do that. At least no one ever has done it. But he took off his coat, and he took off his hat, and the first thing we knew, he'd begun it. With a lift of his chin and a bit of a grin, without any doubting or quit it, he started to sing as he tackled the thing that couldn't be done, and he did it. There are thousands to tell you it cannot be done. There are thousands to prophesy failure. There are thousands to point out to you one by one the dangers that wait to assail you. But just buckle in with a bit of a grin. Just take off your coat and go to it. Just sing in to sing as you tackle the thing that cannot be done, and you'll do it.
I don't know about you guys, but I definitely am all about tenacity. And I think that the tub thumping song and that is like, yes, we always get kind of told what we can't do, or that we fail at what we think we're doing, and then we have to kind of pull ourselves together and try again. So to kind of continue in that theme, I'd like to welcome our speaker today. He is Elvis Wilson. He is a director and filmmaker, and also he has a day job apparently. So please welcome Elvis. I'll let you come here and then I'll go behind you.
Awesome. Yeah, writer, director, screenwriter with a day job. So I define the chasing your dream. Wait. I don't think there's enough energy here. Cut. If I've learned anything from my Lord and Savior Donald Trump is I need paid actors. So, laugh when I tell a joke and cry. Okay, action. Hey, everybody, welcome. Welcome. I'm a hack, just like that fake money I just gave you. So it's not real. Don't try to spend it. But before that, quick little lesson on screenplay structure. There will be a test at the end of the speech here. So a screenplay has a structure you're all familiar with. You just don't know it. It has 8 sequences. 2 are your Act 1, 4 in the middle or Act 2, two at the end are Act 3. A screenplay has 3 big plot points. The first plot point, a midpoint, and the final plot point before the big finale. So I'm going to use that structure to tell my story. Here's my Genesis story. That's a joke. Oh, thank you. You got it. That's the spirit. I came from poor white trash. I was the white sheep of the family. Thank you. There, you're earning your $100. I always wanted to be an artist of some sort. My alcoholic father gave me PTSD, but it was ironically my mother, my Pentecostal mother even, that gave me the creative bug. She always drew and painted with me as a child. I won scholarships to study art at MTSU's where I went. But they didn't offer filmmaking. That was kind of the thing that I really wanted. I wanted to be a movie maker, even as a young child. But at MTSU, the filmmaking class just didn't take. So they had to cancel that. I had to scramble. So I majored in commercial art and photography. Photography served me really well in filmmaking. I had a comfortable career, but forever the movie buff. I thought about film school as an adult. It was too expensive. And quite frankly, I had a wife and kids and a mortgage, and my passion just wasn't worth putting my dream before my family. I don't know how you guys feel, but I just couldn't do it to my family. But Quentin Tarantino, you guys may have heard this quote. He said, I didn't go to film school, I went to films. So that's what I did, and I watched a lot of movies. Finally, I thought I should just make a movie. So in 2001, at the age of 37, I made my first short film called Premonition, and none of you will ever see it. It's that bad. So it's a real stinker, but it got into some film festivals, but man, it's dated by now. But that was my Act 1. So my catalyst has happened. I made a movie. My journey begins, the hero journey. So now we're into Act 2. I made another movie, a film called The Visitor. It had religious overtones. It had like a devil possessing my grandmother. It was so weird, but it involved a pig, and I shot it on film, actual film, and it was very expensive. You will never see that film. But I learned a lot from making movies, and short films are fun, but I always wanted to make a feature. So I don't know you guys, some of you guys know my wife, Vicki Radford. She wrote and researched and edited a book called Meeting Mr. Lincoln. We're Lincoln buffs at our house. And so we were watching the news one night, and we saw they were dedicating the Lincoln Library and Museum in Springfield, Illinois. And we saw the news report, and there were all these Abraham Lincolns, guys dressed up as Lincoln. We're like, those guys are interesting. And my wife is like, we should make a documentary about those guys. That's what we did. From about 2005, actually about 2004 to 2006, we followed Lincolns all across the United States. That project became Being Lincoln Men with Hats. And I apologize, it may go over a little bit tonight because we've got trailers to show. Will you run that first trailer, please?
You know, people generally come up to me and our conversations start with, has anyone ever told you?
I frequently had people yell out, "Abe," as I was walking down the street. But then again, I've also had them yell out, "Cosmo."
There he is. It's George Lincoln. I thought you was dead. He's alive.
See, we picture in our minds people, and certain people then kind of fill those shoes.
I quite often get comments from children that I should be taller.
like to think I've grown with the times and the country.
I don't have the facial features that some of the older Lincolns have. I'm just not old enough to be craggy yet.
I believe it was USA Today, and it showed a picture of Gerald Beestrom's motorhome, all decorated like a log cabin. It did say on their Association of Lincoln Presenters.
We're a fellowship. We're like a fraternity of sorts.
Half of these guys are dead now, by the way. Spoiler.
Convertible with the top down. Lincoln. There's supposed to be a Lincoln statue.
I believe there is a Lincoln statue here.
This is a magnificent statue.
On the end of the back row here. That's perfect. Don't move. Everybody right here. We're going to go one.
Honest, Abe loves you.
Stop. Don't move. Except for breathing.
And that's it. You laughed at the right moments there. Good. All right, good. Well, that was a lot of fun and a lot of work to make, but it wasn't a narrative. That's what I wanted to do. It was a narrative feature. We got on the Doc channel. It's defunct now. 68 million homes. It was on Showtime a couple of times. So very proud, but still not a feature film. All this time, I'm still writing screenplays like a madman. So through a contact I made studying screenwriting, the William Morris Agency actually requested one of my screenplays at this time. It was called Time of Death. I'll come back to that in a minute. It went nowhere, but people were starting to take notice of my writing. So in 2014, another screenplay that I wrote called Driving Top Down was winning awards at the Nashville Film Festival. It was the Tennessee Screenwriting Award winner. The Nichols Fellowship, it was in the top 15%. The Nichols Fellowship is the Oscars of screenwriting competitions. In fact, they're managed by the Academy Awards. So got a lot of people looking at my work there. And then in 2014, I entered another script into a screenplay competition called Make This Movie competition, and it won. So I had to make the movie, right? I started making the movie. My wife is like, oh, no, you're not. But yeah, we did. Started a crowdfund. Didn't make a lot of money, so I had, again, this is chasing your dreams. It's not someone gave you a dream. I had to work for it. So did a lot of freelance to fill in the gaps, just didn't have any money. So with that kind of budget and time resource, all I could do was shoot on the weekends. So you can imagine this movie took a long time to make. We knew it'd take a couple of years, but we were invested. Had a great table read, did a public table read. Like 100 people showed up, and it was amazing. So I got a lot of the community of filmmakers very excited about what I was trying to do, and I cobbled together a crew and a cast that were they were gung-ho, they're ready. So we started shooting on weekends, vacation days. I met a very high-priced lawyer, a guy named Kelly Frey, who financed several big films. He was... I'm sorry, I can't remember a single one at the moment. Oh, one was called The Identical that was shot here in town had Ashley Judd, Ray Liotta in it. He was the money man, but he saw what I was doing and said, I'll help you out. So he threw me a little money and became kind of my mentor and guide. And I finally thought to myself, God damn, I'm making a movie. It's like, yeah, this is really happening. And so we started shooting, again, every chance we can. Have a little outtake from shooting. Landry Butler is the star of the scene. So, roll number 2, please.
Bloody fucking die. We got William Shakespeare over here. When do we eat?
That was not supposed to happen. There's Landry. Oh, I hope you got that on film.
Are you guys okay?
You okay?
Okay.
So Jeremy Childs is he's doing really well. He was on like The Good Lord Bird. He was in The Last Castle with Robert Redford. He was in if you saw Preacher on AMC, he played Jody, the cousin. Several independent films. Was very honored to have him be one of my leads. So that was a lot of fun. Following the hero's journey here, you know, it's not much of a journey if there's no obstacles. So during filming of this, in November of 2015, my dad entered hospice and died shortly after. So that was a big setback for me emotionally. My dad and I were sort of disenfranchised again. He gave me PTSD. I won't get into that. It's another story. So production stalled, and we finally got rolling again with occasional shoots through the spring of 2016. Then on Father's Day of June, my mother died unexpectedly. So I was crushed when my mother died. She was the one that always supported my creative endeavors. I think at heart, she was a creative, just never got to express it. Shots were expensive to line up, and I bartered with a local imaging facility, $1 million facility, to use their facility to do some of the shooting. And I only had it that one weekend, so I had no choice but to film while I was grieving. I remember crying during some of the takes because it reminded me of my mother. So it was very tough. My cast and crew were amazing emotional supports. Anyone that says actors are lazy, fuck you. Actors are some of the hardest working people. I hope there's no children here. I'm just like, good. They're some of the hardest working people in the film industry. So we pushed on. It was a hot summer of shooting. We even had a 24-hour shoot in a cabin. None of us slept. It was what you should not do on a film set, abuse your cast that way. I learned my lesson. But after a bit of editing, we had a rough cut of our movie. Would you show that final clip, please?
Sadness. What am I missing here? Anger. Is there something wrong with me? Am I a bad person? I don't feel like a bad person. I don't feel much of anything. Am I supposed to feel sorry for being who I am? I just don't know. I'm like anybody else, I guess. I just want to know where I fit in. To know exactly what I'm meant to do. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What I wouldn't give to know my purpose. To have my eyes wide open.
That's me beating the hell out of him, by the way.
Mr. Fogg, we study empathy.
That's me.
This man has absolutely no ability to take into thoughts.
You're gonna kill him.
Someday I'll find the answer. But until then, it's my rules and my game.
Cool. Thank you. we made that movie for 12. My share of that was $12,500. So, anyways, we thought that had to be a record. But so on my little chart here about screenwriting, you have a point right before the third act called the all is lost moment. So we had a film in the can. We're starting to submit to festivals. Everything was going well. And then on my dad's birthday, ironically enough, I was on my bike headed to Sunday Assembly, a planning meeting at the 12th Precinct. It was a very hot 90-degree, 95% humidity day, and I had a heart attack. So that's some fucked up shit right there. So it's like I just felt like I got knocked down, but I got up again, because you're never going to keep me down. I love the word tenacity that we used earlier. That's my superpower. I'm not going to give up. Do you guys think I should have given up? No, thank you. Months, though, of self-pity and depression followed, and I thought I was being a burden to my wife and my family. Health care, it took some time to rehab and get back to being healthy again. And I wanted to quit everything. Not today, Staten. God, that worked all week on that joke. Okay, $100 back. Staten, not Satan, never mind. I thought atheist, there we go, all right, there we go. So it was Cath and Go. I got some heart surgery that worked like a dream. I felt better than I ever had before. And we started winning awards. We had a great festival run, and then met a distributor, the same distributor that works on the Sharknado projects, picked us up. And we got a small distribution deal with Redbox. So there were kids going to the cabins, to the beach, and renting our movies, and that made me very happy. I broke even. We broke even. We made a little money. I'll never be rich, so had to keep working, right? I'm still chasing my dreams. So I took that first script I was telling you about, Time of Death, and reworked it as a TV series. I entered the pilot for that in the Austin Film Festival in 2018. And that's like the Screenwriters Festival. It is the most respected screenwriting conference for writers. So it did really well. Out of thousands, 12,000 entries, I'm in the top 30 entries for that. So AMC took notice. They passed, but people are looking at my work and they're remembering my name. Elvis is hard to forget, but still my work is hopefully what they're remembering. It was called Strawberry Plains at that time. I started ramping up to shoot my next no-budget film, and then COVID hits. I hit a creative wall, nothing for the next 2 years. I mean, it's like we were facing, the death of mankind. 1 million people died, right, in America. So I was very depressed. I don't know why. My entire life, I've never been that in a funk. I felt like we were coming through this. My family got vaccinated. We started traveling again. I slowly came out of it. But then my luck got worse. In December of 2021, I was diagnosed with prostate cancer. So I'm telling everybody for the first time here, no one knows that until tonight. I remember sitting in my car and crying after that. So we're now at the coda of my little screenplay structure here. Really, I should have been at the end of the movie where we're all celebrating the big win, but it's not happening because I'm still chasing my dream. So my coda is this. My story is not over. At the end of 2022, I came out of my funk and the ideas just poured out of me. I think I had a creative awakening that I have not had in years. A screenplay I wrote, it's my first horror comedy. I wrote it in 3 months, the quickest I've ever written a screenplay. I submitted it to a lot of, like 20 or 30 festivals, and it's either placed or finaled. I haven't seen any haven't seen any winner categories yet because they haven't come. Those dates haven't come. I know that's confusing, but it's advanced in everything that I've submitted it to. So I've never had a screenplay do that before. So it got in the hands. It's a bit convoluted to go through all this, but it got in the hands of a real Hollywood movie producer with real Hollywood credits. And this guy read that screenplay and called me. So it's like, Elvis, this is so and so. I can't tell you who it is, not yet. Maybe someday soon. Man, he told me 5 words that made me so happy. Elvis, you're a great writer. I was like, oh man, not a good writer. Elvis, you're a great writer. My head, boom. My wife couldn't have me in the same room for a full week after that. He also said something else that was like a he said, I can't make this movie. It's too expensive. Yeah. But he said, what else you got? I went, okay, I've got this screenplay called Driving Top Down. It's a cancer road trip movie that's inspired by my mother, Shirley. In fact, the lead character is my mother's name. It has events that are based on my childhood with my abusive father. It's the screenplay that happens to be nearest and dearest to my heart and closer to what I do as a writer. And he said, I'll read that. And the next phone call is, man, you made me cry. I'm going to get financing for this. So that's where we're at. Yeah. Nothing's in stone, but what he's doing is pitching to a finance group, and he's taken several film projects. He has a $30 million project, and then he has my little $6 million project. I would love to have $6 million. So wish me luck. That's all I can say is... back to my cancer, I'll find out in September. I guess that movie flopped. Thank you. I love your laugh. But I find out in September if I'm clear of my cancer. So I finished treatment, so wish me luck there too. In the meantime, I'm writing. I'm a hack. That's what I said in the beginning. And all you talented people out there, there's some real talent in this room. I know you personally. I just want you to know that if I can follow my dreams, it'll be easier for you because I believe in you guys. So that's it. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Elvis. We very much appreciate you sharing your story with us. Now I'd like to transition us into our moment of mindfulness. This is just an opportunity to think and reflect and maybe take a moment to think about what your dreams are and how you want to go after them yourselves.
In one of my favorite movies, Abraham Lincoln said, "Be excellent to each other." Being born and raised in the South, I often heard the same sentiment as, love your neighbor as yourself. Unfortunately, I would later learn that what that really meant was love your neighbor if, or love your neighbor unless these other things apply. That never made sense to me. And so a lot of what this song is taking that and truly applying that lesson of love one another regardless. With cornfields in every direction, that's where I learned all of my lessons about life and living without fences in the land of the free to have opinions. If you work a job and hard to make a living, George Strait or George Gay, there's no difference. People need help and I think that we should listen. 3 chords and my truth is, I'm a good old boy with a bleeding heart, just a homegrown hick with a hybrid car. Think y'all beats all, and I know we all just wanna know that we belong. There's a lot more color in the mix when you're loud and proud out in the sticks. I am what I am, you get what you get. Yeah, I guess I'm a red state blue neck. My American dream is wide open spaces, plenty of room for us all to be safe in. Yeah, that's a future that I'm chasing, so I'm gonna go make it. I'm a good old boy with a bleeding heart, just a homegrown hick with a hybrid car. Think y'all beats all, and I know we all just wanna know that we belong. There's a lot more color in the mix when you're loud and proud out in the sticks. I am what I am, you get what you get. Yeah, I guess I'm a red state blue neck. Yeah, I'm the red state blue neck. Can a country kid wanna see the glass ceiling shatter? Wanna see a world where black lives matter? Liberty and justice for just some of us. Ain't how the heartland brought me up. I'm a good old boy with a bleeding heart, just a homegrown hick with a hybrid car. Think y'all means all, and I know we all just wanna know that we belong. There's a lot more color in the mix when you're loud and proud out in the sticks. I am what I am, you get what you get. Yeah, I guess I'm the red state blue neck. Yeah, yeah, I'm the red state blue neck. Yeah, 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 I'm the red state blue neck.
I love that song. It's such a cool song. Every month, we have one of our assembly members come up and talk to us about how they're doing their best to live their best life. So I'd like to bring to the stage Melissa Cook.
So, picture my hat is red. This is my mug of coffee. Behind me is flames. I'm fine. Everything's fine. That was May. And then in May, I realized it's not going to be fine. One day I went after work, got home, immediately updated my resume, submitted it, had an interview Tuesday. Yes. And they quickly realized, no, you're just leaving a stressful situation. We're not going to hire you. Fine, because I realized I can't take the pay cut. So I have another interview. Walk in, immediately want to walk out. Stayed for the experience, but left knowing even if they offered me, I'm not going to sit in an office where I have to listen to Christian music all day. My mom's sending me encouraging things. She sends me his video. I said, did you watch the video? No. But she's like, the most important part was, like, women will only apply to jobs if they meet 100% of all the qualifications. Men will apply if they have 60%. I'm like, that's good, because I just applied to like a staffing agency, not really realizing what they were going for, and it's manufacturing. It looks really cool, but I have no experience in this. But I had the phone interview, and the lady was really enthusiastic, and I really wish I could remember the way that she worded the way I left my last job, because I was let go because I didn't meet metrics at the call center. And she had a really nice way of putting a positive spin on that, and I can't remember it. But because of the way that their next group schedules were, I couldn't get another group meeting until like 2 weeks away. So by that time, they had already had staffed through the other two groups, and so my thing got canceled. So now it's like, the other thing that happened in May was my 41st birthday. And so that made me think, am I going to be at the job I am at now for the next 24 years? No. Where am I going to be? No idea. But it's like looking at the dreams, what do I want to do? Going back to some of my childhood things, saying, can I make this work? What school do I need to go back to school? What things do I need to look at in my life? Is it the dream job? If I have to take a pay cut, that's going to be my car payment. If it's a dream job that it's the same rate of pay, but it's an hour away. Like, what things do I want to look for? What things do I want to start dreaming about that maybe I hadn't thought of? And there's some things looking around and trying to get inspired by Elvis. Like, he was 37. He made his first movie. Like, that is awesome. Go you. You know, maybe not work your crew 24 hours, but yeah, they did that to John Candy in Home Alone, if you've watched that one. That was a 24-hour shoot for his entire day. But I don't want to work 12 hours making cake orders for the rest of my life. So my dream, I'm working on that. And if you guys have a dream or you're not satisfied in what you're doing, I hope you take a look. I hope you find your dream. And my friend Poppy is a little bit older than I am. She lives in Canada. She just got her dream job. She's now a seamstress making costumes for the opera. So that's my inspiration today. I saw that on my Instagram. Like, if she can do it, there is something out there for me. There is something out there for all of us. All right.
Okay, so before I do anything else, I need some people to come grab hats, please, to pass them around. So for those of you who don't know, Sunday Assembly is all volunteer run, and we are a 501c3 organization. So please do not put the fake money in the hat. But please do feel free to donate. If you want, you can sign up online to become an automatic donor. We accept PayPal, and I'm not sure what else, but there's a way for you to sign up because we need money, unfortunately, in order to be able to rent this space and to do other things that cost money, like having a booth at Pride. So please feel free to do that. Announcements. If you look in the bulletin, in the insert, there is a lot of upcoming events. Looks like we're going to start Saturday morning walks at Shelby Park Community Center every Saturday. There's a quarterly board meeting on Zoom, Sunday, July 16th. It doesn't look like there's a link there, so is there a place where people can expect? Meet up. Okay, thank you. Next Sunday, craft bags for Children's Hospital at Georgia and Stephen's house, plus the Smoop. So what Smoop is a small group, basically. We get together, we have food, we have fun, we have chatting. It's a great way to get to know your fellow assemblers, and hey, we're human beings. And then there's also a game night on Sunday, July 3rd at Steve and Melissa's Cook's house. So that is the upcoming events. If there are any other announcements, I am not immediately aware of them. So now I get to talk to you for just a minute about what it means to redefine how you follow your dreams. About 10 years ago, my husband and I sat down and he's like, I am not finding a job. I need to figure out what to do. He's like, I want to go back to school. And I said, I am here for you. I'm going to support you 100%. I was like, let's figure out some kind of exchange where I'm going to support you through you going back to school, and then once you get through school and you get your dream job, then I get to take a year off of doing the financial support in order to pursue my dream. Fast forward 6 years, and he got his bachelor's from Rogers State University in Oklahoma. He got really close to getting his master's in education from Austin P. There was a little hiccup there. I'm not going to go into it. But it was about that time that we realized that what he thought he wanted to do wasn't actually what he wanted to do. And so he had a lot of reevaluation as far as what his dream actually was, and so did I. It's like, okay, this idea I had of the expectations of how I was going to follow my dream, I had to completely reassess and reconfigure and say, okay, that idea of me taking a year off of work, that's probably not going to happen. But what can we make happen? How can I make it to where I am able to focus on my dreams? And so I'm actually working with the person who is teaching a certification class in hypnosis. And so I'm going to become a certified hypnotist this fall, which means that I'm going to be able to hang up a shingle and say, hey, I can work with you and your therapist to help you provide, further progress on your therapy. I'm not allowed to provide therapy myself, but I can actually assist with the therapist and provide feedback. I also have been doing really well with my craft booths at fairs. So it's just, you have to sometimes take a step back and say, okay, what I thought I was going to do or how I was going to do it, that didn't work out. But that doesn't mean that my dream is dead. That doesn't mean that I can't still go get it. And the thing that kept going through my head as I was listening to Elvis talk was the line from Hamilton, why do you write like you're running out of time? And the thing is, there's something for everybody in this room that fires you, that fuels you, that gives you that passion to do it in spite of everything, in spite of all the naysayers. And I just want to encourage you to find that passion, to dig deep and to figure out what drives you, and to be out there and be the biggest and the brightest that you can, because you deserve to shine and to succeed in your dream however you define it. So I'd like to welcome back to the stage the UnNamed Assembly Band. They're going to close us out with a couple of songs.
Let's give it up for Gwen.
That was awesome. Thank you so much. All right, we've got two songs that we're going to close out with. This next one, we closed out the first Sunday Assembly Conference with in Atlanta many, many years ago. So again, we're not jealous. This is a tribute. We're not doing equal sign yet, though. We're going to do What a Feeling first. Sorry, did I get those backwards? Is it too late? Do you want to do equal? Let's do equal sign first. Can we do that, right? Is that too difficult?
We can do whatever we please.
Oh, well, shoot. Okay, so let's do that.
This is our show. What are you talking about?
So, quick explanation. Stephen Phelps, who's the writer of this song, it's one of the people in Brighton. We always do one song that we, every Sunday assembly at the end. And I said, nah, let's not do that one because he's gone. So, right, like, what can he do? But this is another song that he wrote that I think was really poignant and important. I love it, and I think coming out of Pride, it was a super cool one as well. So let's go ahead and sing this. Oh, I got to turn on my stuff. Oh, yeah, start it over. Sorry, this is technical stuff. All right, let's do it now. Jenny works like Johnny on the factory floor. But when payday comes around, Johnny's check is more. When man equals woman and straight equals gay, black equals white and non-believer equals saint, we will sing together, all humankind. Nothing between us but an equal sign. Nothing between us but an equal sign. Lily told her daddy. Lily told her daddy. I'm in love with Patrice. I'm in love with Patrice. He said, you're not my daughter, and put her on the streets. When man equals woman and straight equals gay, black equals white and non-believer equals saints, we will sing together, all humankind. Nothing between us but an equal sign. Nothing between us but an equal sign. Now Eddie is a good man. Eddie is a good man. But time and time again, the police pull him over for the color of his skin. When man equals woman and straight equals gay, black equals white and non-believer equals saints, we will sing together, all humankind. Nothing between us but an equal sign. Nothing between us but an equal sign. Bossman told Elijah, you're perfect for the job. Oh, you're perfect for the job. But you'll never work for me, 'cause you don't believe in God. When man equals woman and straight equals gay, black equals white and non-believer equals saint, we will sing together, all humankind. Nothing between us but an equal sign. 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 Not a bad song, right? That guy's pretty talented. You should come back and see him too. And the rest of the band. But before I do that, I want to take a special moment and introduce all the wonderful people up here. The founder of Sunday Assembly Baltimore, who we convinced many, many years ago to move here and help us with Nashville. Please give a warm thank you to Miss Felicia Castillo-Powers. Tim Powers, her awesome significant other, is running sound and video and tech and lighting and all. I mean, my gosh. Jason Panks, who is the architect of everything electronic and audible here, is amazing. Give him I mean, like, we stole him from Justin Timberlake's tour, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Josh Brown, the blue neck. Give Josh a great hand. Husband to Gwen. Absolutely did a great job. And then Don Hawk, the newest member of the Beach Boys. Give Don a high five on bass and guitar and vocals and such. And then there is Deb and Ray, who was with me on the very, very first Sunday Assembly in Nashville when we did not know what we were doing. Still don't, right?
I'm not saying, do we know?
Right, but from the beginning. So that's why I said we got some legends on this stage. So give it up for Deb and Ray Dennison as well. All right, so we're going to close this song out with the last one, and then we're going to have, what? Oh, I'm Adam, so it's nice to meet you. I'm Adam. I forgot. So,
Sunday Assembly, man.
and then we are going to eat, right? So I think the food's in the back. So thank you all for coming. We're going to go ahead and close this out. Felicia, you ready? Deb, you ready? All right, let's do it.
First, when there's nothing but a slow glowing dream that your fear seems to hide deep inside your mind. All alone I have cried silent tears full of pride in a world made of steel, made of stone. Well, I hear the music, close my eyes, feel the rhythm, breath long, take a hold of my heart. What a feeling, beats believing. I can't have it all now. I'm dancing for my life. Take your passion and make it happen. Pictures come alive. You can dance right through your life. I hear the music, close my eyes, I have rhythm, and a flash it takes hold of my heart. What a feeling, beats believing. I can't have it all now. I'm dancing for my life. Take your passion and make it happen. Pictures come alive. I'm dancing for my life. What a
Thank you all for coming. Thank you, Elvis, for an amazing presentation. And hope to see you all next week. Let's eat some food, all right? Thank you.